Fight of the evening, streaming live around the world on TopRank.com. On the Fist of Gold show featuring Zhou Shiming, you'll see the WBO International Super Bantamweight Championship of the World. Wilfredo Vazquez Jr. from Bayamon in Puerto Rico will take on Yasutaka Ishimoto. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. You'll see that Ishimoto is a couple of inches taller. The weight's about the same. Ishimoto's 3 years older. He has an 1.5 inch advantage in reach. Both of these men are coming off wins. Vasquez Jr. won the WBO International title with a 7th round TKO over Jonathan Oquendo in Bayamon, Puerto Rico, his last time out in October of 12. And Ishimoto had a 3rd round technical knockout over Yoshiori Uchida in Tokyo. Scored a 3rd round TKO victory in that one. So we're waiting for our fighters to come out. This is a international WBO Super Bantamweight Championship and should be an exciting fight. Yasutaka Ishimoto. Yasutaka Ishimoto from Tokyo, Japan. He was born in Takamasu, Nagawa in Japan, and here he is. This kid turned pro in 2011 with a 4-round decision over Nobu Yonetsu in Tokyo. And his last 10 fights, he's 9-1. He's only been 10 rounds one time. In February last year, he lost the Japanese Super Bantamweight title fight to Matsaki Siri in Tokyo. He has won his last 2 fights by TKOs. Never fought outside of Japan, and the book on him, he's quick, he's well-conditioned, but he must watch out for the power of Vasquez Jr. Yasutaka Ishimoto, the pride of Tokyo, Japan. 21-6, 5 knockouts. He's a boxing technician. Japanese fighters are all in great shape. Don't be fooled by the fact that he doesn't have ripple muscles. He's got the perfect body for a prize fighter, those striated long muscles of his arms. You can be sure he's in great shape. And now here comes Wilfredo Vazquez Jr. He's the son of 3-division world champion Wilfredo Vazquez and the older brother of Israel Vazquez. This kid has some track record. He won the WBO Super Bantamweight World Championship in February of 2010. Wilfredo Vazquez Jr. turned professional in December of 2006 in the United States of America in a place called Kissimmee, Florida, with a 1st round knockout of Octavio Davis. There he is with his manager, Tudo Zavala Jr. 21 straight fights without a loss to begin his career, and his only 2 losses were to world champions Jorge Arce by TKO in the 12th round, and Nonito Donaire, or Donaire as they pronounce it in the United States, by a split decision in February of last year. Vasquez was down in that fight. Vasquez Jr. has all the tools. He's well conditioned, he's got speed, and he has power in both hands. Alfredo Vasquez Jr., the former world champion, out to defend his WBO International Championship at 122 pounds. Very, very good fighter. One of the good guys in boxing right there, Tudo Zavala Jr. So we're set to go. Again, I'm the Colonel Bob Sheridan. You're watching the Fist of Gold show streaming on TopRank.com around the world. We're at the Cotai Arena at the Venetian in Macau in China, and the crowds have turned out here to see boxing tonight. Okay, Lupe Contreras is set to go, so let's get this fight underway. Here's Lupe.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Cotai Arena at the Venetian Macau Resort Hotel, Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated in association with All-Star Boxing, La Cerveza Tecate, and Univision Deportes present Solo Boxeo Tecate. This bout, 10 rounds for the WBO International Super Bantamweight title. Este combate, pactado a 10 vueltas por el título internacional peso super gallo de la OMB. Presidente. Francisco Paco Valcárcel, supervisor, León Panoncillo Jr. Los jueces son, the judges are, Robert Hoyle, Levi Martinez, and Salvin Lagumbay. The man in charge, referee, Genaro Gino Rodriguez. And now, ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, from Macau, China, the moment has come to find out quién es el más macho. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he steps into the ring wearing black with gold trim, presentando la esquina azul, vestido de negro con vivos dorados. Detuvo la báscula a un peso oficial de 55.2 kilogramos o 121.8 libras. He tipped the scales at an official 121.8 pounds or 55.2 kilograms. In 27 professional bouts, he maintains a record consisting of 21 victories against 6 losses, with 5 of his victories coming by way of knockout. En 27 combates a nivel profesional, mantiene un récord de 21 victorias, con 6 derrotas y 5 de sus victorias por la vía del knockout. Representing Tokyo, Japan, Yasutaka Corazón Ishimoto. His opponent across the ring in the red corner, wearing boricua, red, white, and blue, su rival en la esquina roja, vestido del tricolor boricua, rojo, azul y blanco. He weighed in at an official 122 pounds or 55.3 kilograms. Detuvo la báscula a un peso oficial de 122 libras o 55.3 kilogramos. A nivel profesional, mantiene un récord de 22 victorias, con 2 derrotas, un empate y 19 de sus victorias por la vía del knockout. In 25 bouts as a professional, he maintains a record consisting of 22 victories against 2 losses, 1 draw, and 19 of his victories coming by way of knockout. The former WBO Super Bantamweight Champion of the world, this evening defending his WBO International Super Bantamweight title from Bayamón, Puerto Rico, Wilfredo Papito Vazquez Jr.
Okay, gentlemen, you got your instructions. I want you to obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Good luck to both.
All right, so we're all set to go again. 10-point must scoring system. No standing 8 count. No 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved with the bell in any round. Only the referee can stop the fight. Ishimoto is decked out in kind of the... it's a very dark blue and gold. It's going to look black on your screen, so we'll call it black and gold. And in the silver and black is Vasquez Jr. So primarily silver is Vasquez Jr. And in black, we'll say is Ishimoto, since that's what it's going to look like on your screen. Ishimoto, a Tikkanen fighter, and Mr. Honda. So we'll say hello to our pal Nobu Ikushima, who's watching in the United States as we stream on TopRank.com. Vasquez Jr. in the silver, former world champion and a good one. His dad was a 3-division world champion, and of course his brother's Israel Vasquez, a world-class fighter as well. Ishimoto digs to the body, pretty good shot underneath the right elbow of Vasquez Jr. Vasquez with a heavily tattooed body in the silver trunks to the right of your screen. A minute gone here in round number 1 of the scheduled 10-rounder for the WBO International Super Bantamweight title. That's the 122-pound division. Ishimoto is a pure boxer. Vasquez Jr. has all the tools, the big banger. Ishimoto knows how to handle a big banger. When you grab him like that and walk him back on his heels, he can't have any power. But Vasquez Jr. goes really fishing downstairs and blasts him underneath the rib. That time he goes back upstairs. Why? With the left hand is Ishimoto. Ishimoto with 2 shots downstairs and a right hand back upstairs. Not bad. This guy's a good boxer. He is a technician. That was the book on him, and we can see it here in round 1. Ishimoto again in the black and gold to the right of his screen, takes a light right hand to the high left cheekbone, uses his elbow to set him up, and Gino Rodriguez of Chicago in the United States won't allow too much of that. He's a real pro. 2 minutes gone. Vasquez Jr. reaches up like maybe the heads had come together at some stage there. Vasquez realizes he's in with a good boxer now. He didn't get a piece of him with that jab, but he does with the second jab. Ishimoto, like most Japanese fighters, very quick hands, and of course the Puerto Rican fighters at this 122 and Mexican fighters all sensationally quick with a hand, so both of these guys have very good hand speed. It's clear here in round number one. You never know how good, because Ishimoto hasn't fought a lot outside of Japan. I've seen Vasquez Jr. many times, and I know that he's a great fighter, but I've been studying up on Ishimoto, and again, the book Boxing Technician, and he's showing all of that here in round one. Yasutaka Ishimoto. The only difference in round one that I can see, both guys have landed shots, but a little bit more power from Vasquez Jr., so I would lean towards him as we come to the bell, ending round number one. Our judges, by the way, Levi Martinez from Las Cruces in New Mexico in the United States, Robin Hoyle from my hometown in Las Vegas, Nevada in the USA, and Salvan Lagumbay from Cebu in the Philippines, all top professional judges.
Pero tiene que utilizarlo más continuamente, ¿está bien? Lo está dominando bien. Cuidado con la cabeza, para cada vez que tira te vas a chocar, ¿está bien, papá?
Ishimoto's corner now. Got a nice smile on his face. He certainly looks comfortable. No marks in his face. Nobody shaken in the first round. And nice boxing. And again, the only difference that I saw in the first round that might lean the judges toward Vasquez Jr. is a little bit heavier punches than Ishimoto. Here we go, round number two. Again, scheduled for 10. We're at the Cotai Arena in the Venetian in Macau, China. Nice crowd turned out here. This is a 15,000-seat arena, and the whole lower deck is pretty much jammed, and the big fights are yet to come. Of course, Zhou Shiming is the main event here in his professional debut, the two-time gold medalist from the Olympics fighting for China, and they expect him to convert China into a professional boxing mecca. And so far, the promotion has been nothing short of sensational here. We're in round number two here. In the black trunks to the left of your screen is Ishimoto, and Vasquez Jr. in the silver trunks with a lot of red on them to the right of your screen. Nice right hand by Ishimoto. Yasutaka Ishimoto. Stand up, neither one throws. A lot of feigning here. These guys are excellent boxers. They don't make a lot of mistakes. You see Ishimoto throwing a lot of punches when he comes in. Wild with his right hand, and Vasquez Jr., who very confident looking fighter right now. Ishimoto trying to get off first. If he lost the first round, he wants to get off first. He doesn't know whether he won or lost the first round. The first round was close. I like what I see Ishimoto doing when he gets inside. He immediately grabs this guy and walks him back on his heels. Kind of the way Francois Botha did to Mike Tyson, and he was doing great in that fight in the heavyweight division many years ago, but then he gets caught with the right hand when he gets kind of cocky later on, and it cost Botha the fight. If he had just kept doing what he's doing, in other words, doing what Ishimoto's doing when he gets in tight, he's not going to get hurt by the power of Vasquez Jr. But Vasquez has got a lot of tools too. A little squared up right now. He'll throw the right hand lead. Ishimoto very, very busy here in the second round, and he's won the first 2 minutes of the round. Digging body shot. See how strong Ishimoto appears to be, where he doesn't have those rippling muscles that you see when you go up to middleweight and some of the higher weights. He's got the perfect body for boxing. He's really outboxing Vasquez Jr. in this second round. He's doing a nice job. Landing shots, straight right hand, left hand of the body, making Vasquez miss. This guy is schooled. Vasquez through the right hand, he ducks underneath it, moves his head just a little bit more, lands the left hook. See the time remaining, down to 17, 16, 15 seconds in the second round from the Cotai Arena in Macau, China. Ishimoto from Japan, Vasquez Jr. from Bayamon in Puerto Rico. A hotbed of great boxers have come from Bayamon. The bell ends the second round, and that's a Ishimoto round. Busier, landed more shots. This is the beautiful Venetian Hotel in Macau, China, as the sun sets. Look at this place. Absolutely beautiful. If you folks have been to the Venetian in Las Vegas, it's very similar to the Venetian in Las Vegas, but about twice as big. And that last shot was the Cotai Strip. 25 years ago when I first came to Macau, it was nothing like this. There were only two small casinos in the Portuguese colony. Now it's controlled by China, and the building efforts have been sensational, and the promotion, nothing short of fantastic here. Thanks to the good people at the Venetian in Macau here in China. So I've got it all even. The very first round was very, very close. Slightly I gave it to Vasquez. The second round more definitively for Ishimoto. This is round 3. Again, I'm the Colonel Bob Sheridan. You're watching TopRank.com as we're streaming worldwide. After this, we're going to switch to the telecast that's going back to the United States. So you people that are watching us streaming in the United States, switch over to HBO 2, and you'll be able to see Tim Ryan, Larry Merchant, and George Foreman call the 2 world title fights, plus the unveiling of Zhou Shiming. This is round 3 for the WBO International Super Bantamweight Championship at 122 pounds, and very even so far. Wilfredo Vazquez has 19 knockouts in his 22 victories. Ishimoto only has 5 knockouts in his 21, but you can see what a terrific boxer he is in the early going here. Vasquez is doing what he should do, and that's work off this jab now and try to throw his right hand with some serious power, but he's got to set it up with that jab. He needs to move up and catch more of them with the jab. Right now, he's pawing and positioning himself with the jab instead of getting a piece of him, so Ishimoto comes through it. And that's the danger when you don't get a piece of him with the jab. It's okay. See how tough Ishimoto is. He's not afraid of this guy at all. He doesn't care that he's a former world champ. He threw him away to try and make a point with Wilfredo Vazquez Jr. Oh, he walked into the right hand that time. He got anxious, and Ishimoto was getting ready to throw a right hand, and Vasquez caught him on the chin with his right hand, but he didn't stop him. Obviously he didn't stop him, but he stopped him in his tracks. Vasquez is missing a lot because Ishimoto moves the head nicely when he comes in. He dips down to his right a lot. He dips to his right a lot. The way to stop that is throw some left hooks. And every time he dips to his right, he's going to run into those left hooks. Or come with an uppercut. I don't need to tell the Puerto Rican fighters how to box. They know what they're doing in there. And Ishimoto, nice move, back and forth. That shows the pro movement of Wilfredo Vazquez. This is a nice round of boxing. Nobody's been knocked down, nobody's shaken, but really, really nice boxing. This is a good boxing match. You'd expect that from the Japanese fighter, and Vasquez Jr. with his pedigree. There's a nice uppercut by Ishimoto. Ishimoto finally throws the right hand. Come on, let's go. Almost tasted it myself. I'd like to get in this. Power that time, most of it blocked by Ishimoto. This is a tough round to score. I think that Ishimoto scores 2 good left hooks here, and this round's very even. Catching him behind is Ishimoto. That's a tough round to score. I'm going to sort of lean to Vasquez, but that could go either way. So the first round very close. As you take a look at this replay, see, that was a solid right hand, and that's why I sort of lean towards Vasquez for that that right hand in the professional boxing is a lot more than what it would count in the amateurs, because this is the hurt business, and that was definitely the heaviest punch of the round. And when the officials see a real solid punch like that and they can't make up their mind, they may give that round to him who otherwise may not have won the round. Is he calling for the uppercut too? Catalino Matos, who works with Vasquez, knows exactly what he's doing there. So let's see as we go to the fourth round now. Fist of Gold show. Zhou Jiming being unveiled tonight a little bit later on. You're watching TopRank.com from Macau in China. I'm the Colonel Bob Sheridan. I'm thrilled to be here, back in China again, calling a fight. Last time I was in Guangzhou. Tonight, Macau. The Las Vegas on steroids, as I call it. Someplace, I'll tell you. This is round 4, WBO International Super Bantamweight title, 122 pounds. Yasutaka Ishimoto making a nice account of himself in the black trunks from Japan against Wilfredo Vazquez Jr. of Puerto Rico. Vasquez wants to try to set up a power shot as he did in the last round. Ishimoto did a nice job getting his glove back. That's a really solid body shot by Wilfredo. Yasutaka keeps putting pressure on this guy. He's forcing a lot of the fight. They get together like this, he comes up short that time. Side to side goes Wilfredo Vasquez Jr. A solid stiff jab that time. Tried to catch him with the home run shot with that right hand and couldn't quite catch up with him. Ishimoto chops in with the left hand, then right back with the right hand. This guy's got nice hand speed. He's a good boxer. I like this kid. Jab doesn't quite catch him. Nice uppercut. Ishimoto's got terrific tools. Very quick in the hands as the body shot downstairs. See, this has been seesawing back and forth with the excellent boxing of Ishimoto. But again, Vasquez seems to land shots a little bit more powerful. Say that nice stiff jab that time by Ishimoto. And so far, Ishimoto has outboxed him here in this round. Nice boxing again by Ishimoto. That uppercut is there again. That's a nice punch for him. Wilfredo needs to throw a few uppercuts to keep this guy honest coming in, because he has that chin tuck. His eyes appear to be up all the time with the chin tuck, which is good, but he could still blindside him with the uppercut. Boy, that's nice. Right hand, right uppercut, left hook. Closing seconds now of an Ishimoto round. Chino has to separate the two, and that's in the books for Ishimoto. Now, the rounds I've given Vasquez Jr., namely number 1 and number 3, have been very, very close rounds that could go the other way. And Ishimoto's rounds 2 and 4 have been definitive 10-9 rounds. Easier rounds to score. I've got a dead even after 4, 38-38. But this is the type of fight when it's all over. If it continues like this and there are no knockdowns, there could be a little bit of controversy. Watch the right hand here now by Wilfredo Vasquez Jr. Trying to roll with it a little bit. Right hand, when we saw it live, looked like it was more solid, and the replay slowed down so much it was more of a glancing blow. Again, I've said it a couple of times tonight, but we're getting great capturing replays tonight. Wonderful stuff. This is round 5. We're at the Cotai Arena at the Venetian in Macau, China. The Colonel Bob Sheridan here on TopRank.com. On the Fist of Gold show featuring Zhou Jiming, which will be coming up in a little while tonight. This is the last fight of our streaming fights. If you've been with us, it's been knockout nights. Penalosa, Fleming, Doty Boy Penalosa, and Milan Melindo all knocked out their opponents. Victories tonight again. The good boxing starts off the hands of Ishimoto here in round 5. Vasquez having a little difficulty figuring this guy out. Here he goes, upstairs, downstairs, doubling with the jab. That's good. Nice hook. Solid hook again. He needs to throw an uppercut in there. One of the most successful ones have been up the uppercuts of Ishimoto tonight. Left hook lands. Wilfredo Vasquez has got to land a couple of uppercuts. Keep this guy honest coming in. Neither guy seems to be afraid of the power, so they're just boxing, and really, really good professional boxing this is. A lot of power behind that jab. He's trying to set up the right-hand power shot. There's power behind those two double jabs. That's the way. When he doubles with a jab and throws the right hand, it's much more effective. Wilfredo's got to come with an uppercut soon to keep this guy honest and coming in. And watch Ishimoto. He knows the uppercut is there, especially the right hand, but instead he goes with the left hook. Catches him with the right hand. Good body shot. Now, Vasquez has to walk him, and you say Ishimoto, push him on. Like, hey, you're not going to muscle me. And I like that in a fighter. Not here to shake hands. Stuff and getting a nice crowd reaction. You know, it's very funny when I did the Tyson Douglas upset of the century in Tokyo, you would hear a pin drop in the arena because they didn't react, but here in China they do react, which is nice because it adds to the atmosphere. Hard shot again by Ishimoto. I think Ishimoto right now, boxing is fairly even, but I think he's doing a nice job with Wilfredo Vasquez. This is another round that's not before, though. Could go either way. I think, again, very close. Wilfredo may have pulled that round up, but there's not a lot between the two of them. This is about as even a fight as I could score through 5 rounds. I've got it dead even on my score sheet. This is one, if it continues like this for the next few rounds, he's going to leave it the judges' scorecards in their hands. Levi Martinez from Las Cruces, New Mexico in the USA. Robert Hoyer from Las Vegas, Nevada in the USA. And Salvin Lagumbay from the Philippines are the official judges. They're going to earn their money tonight with this one. All right, here we go. Round number 6 at the Cotai Arena at the Venetian. And the trunks with a lot of color on them is Vasquez Jr. and the more black trunks is Yasutaka Ishimoto from Japan. Of course, you can see the Japanese flag on his left leg as well. Help you separate the two fighters. Ishimoto's done an excellent job against Vasquez Jr. scoring a lot of punches here. Right hand tap this time by Vasquez. Body shot. That left hook has been very successful for Ishimoto. Nice stiff jab that time, Ishimoto. It is a good example of the last 15 seconds. Ishimoto's landed about 6 solid shots, and Vasquez Jr. hasn't landed anything. I mean, nothing. Let's see if he can get back to it. Light tap on the forehead. That's not much. Nice stiff jab by Ishimoto. Good body shot by Ishimoto. 7 or 8, 9, 10 punches that Vasquez not landing clean shots now. As I say that, he clips him in the temporal bone to the left side. There's that nice uppercut. This is a hard fight. This is really, really good boxing. And very close. Ishimoto getting the best of him for the first half of this round, I'll tell you. Stiff jab. Vasquez Jr. really hasn't adjusted to this guy at all. What can he do? Well, he can get better angles. He's lining up in front of him a lot. He can move his head a little bit more. And I would slide off to his right shoulder because this guy's been very effective with his left hand. I say that he throws the right, but he doesn't land the right very subtly. But his lefts are very solid. There's a good left hook. So they're just what I said, sneak off to the right, and the left hook will be effective for you. Talking about Vasquez Jr. right now. There's the first uppercut that he's thrown, and it caught him pretty good. Most of the punch was blocked from the body of Ishimoto, but I saw Ishimoto's head go up a little bit, so that's a punch I've been looking for all night by Vasquez Jr. Ishimoto mixes it up. He throws about 3 of those uppercuts to keep Vasquez Jr. honest coming in. Vasquez better land 2 or 3 punches here in the last few seconds of this 6th round. I consider this another Ishimoto round. Very, very good boxing, very, very close rounds to score here. There's the movement, sneaking off that right shoulder. Closing seconds now of this, the 6th round. The crowd really getting into it as they battle on the ropes. That, to me, is an Ishimoto round. So unofficially, I have Ishimoto out in front in this fight, but it's just too close to call. We can all easily judge the easy 10-9 rounds. It's a close 10-9 rounds where the judges earn their keep. As we come up to round number 7, it's been a wonderful promotion here by Top Rank in association with the Venetian. As Ishimoto, we'll show you some action at the end of the round that got the crowd into it. Both guys winging shots. Who got the best of that? I think Ishimoto did. He landed the one really solid shot just below the left eye of Vasquez Jr. But these are close rounds, by golly. Here we go to round 7. From Macau, China. We're at the Venetian Hotel in the Cotai Arena. You're watching TopRank.com as we stream worldwide on the night of 2 World Championship fights yet to come. You can see if you're watching in the United States on HBO 2. And right back, Boxing Brothers Ishimoto here in the 7th round. Vasquez Jr. looks to me to be a little bit frustrated by the boxing skills of Ishimoto. None of those jabs landed. Not one of them. And there's been about 10 thrown. That's got to be frustrating for Vasquez Jr. I know that he wants to throw a lot of punches and heavy punches. He caught him a little bit on the chin that time, but Ishimoto's been able to stand up. These guys are both in great shape, and they want to be, because this fight hasn't had one lull in it. A couple of times he's going to grab one step. Gino separates the two. Other than that, you don't see much of the referee, and the reason for that is because these guys keep their hands free and they box. There's only been 3 clinches in the entire fight, and we're already in the 7th round. That might slow down, I mean, because the pace of this fight has been so furious. Partially blocked was that. The jab got through. Vasquez double right hand that time. Landing better in this round than is Ishimoto. Vasquez sort of runs by and the crowd gets on him. You can expect the Asian audience to be rooting for the Asian fighter, even though he's Japanese and not Chinese. Vasquez with all the tattoos with his back to you now. Ishimoto with the left hook in the black trunks. Chino Rodriguez from Chicago, the 3rd man in the ring, doing an excellent job refereeing. Sliding around to his right is Vasquez, missing punches because of the head movement of Ishimoto. The jab of Ishimoto. Timmy doing a lot of description more than usual. I want to explain the reason for that in China, as you see Vasquez pick it up and Ishimoto pick it up here. Now we got a war going. They're exchanging powerful shots. Look at this. Nobody wants to back off. Nobody wants to give in. It's macho time for both fighters. Who's going to get the best of this before it's over? Closing seconds of this round. This is a terrific round of boxing without anybody going down. A lot of punches being landed by both guys. There's another close round, but I think that Vasquez got the best. I get this fight dead even with 3 more rounds to go. That was really terrific stuff, the last 30 seconds of that round. Some problem with the left eye of Vasquez Jr., whether he's got water or a little Vaseline in it, I don't know, but he got a little problem there anyway. And there's Ishimoto. Usually with the high cheekbones of Japanese fighters, when they get to this stage of the fight, you see the eyes begin to close. But not the case for Ishimoto. All right, here we go. This is round number 8 at the Cotai Arena at the Venetian in Macau, China. The Colonel Bob Sheridan here, and you're watching TopRank.com. Glad that you can be with us. Wilfredo Vazquez Jr. in the silver trunks with all the red on them, and in the black trunks with a bit of gold is Ishimoto of Japan. Yasutaka Ishimoto has made a brilliant effort here tonight, more than a brilliant effort. He may be winning the fight. It's that close. Body shots, and he uses his shoulder and bounces him off. Gino didn't say anything about that one because he doesn't want to interfere with the fight. Unless it becomes flagrant, then of course we'll get on him right away and get that signal, because Gino speaks English and Spanish, but he certainly doesn't speak Japanese, so we'll move by sign language. But he didn't bother because he didn't want to intercept the flow of this fight. Now you see Wilfredo Vasquez is having a better round here, the first minute of this round. Now they get tied up, and Gino has to separate them. It's only about maybe... Now time has been called as a cut there. He didn't indicate it was a headbutt. Right hand right on top of it. And his Vasquez pounds that eye. And you see Ishimoto trying to protect that left eye, and Vasquez sees the blood and he's going after it. He's circling to his right, trying to get in position to blast that and force a stoppage of this fight. With no indication that it was a headbutt, and that's a clean punch. If the fight stopped now, it's a technical knockout because of that cut. Vasquez trying to unload shots. Ishimoto has the crowd into it, but all those he missed. Ishimoto says, come on, let's go. Vasquez fighting smart right now. 48, 47, 46, 45 seconds to go in the 8th round. This is a Vasquez round with that really solid shots to the left side of the head, right back up to Ishimoto. This kid is as tough as they come, this Japanese fighter. Vasquez looks like he has more confidence right now since he's opened up that cut by the left eye of Ishimoto. Right on top of it again, and Ishimoto is really annoyed by it. Ishimoto missing a lot more. We'll have to see how serious this is. One thing that's good, if there's anything good about a cut, is that Ishimoto has my pal Miguel Diaz in his corner. And that is the score. A knockdown right at the bell. How about that? That changes the whole round. Instead of it being a winning round for Vasquez, it turns into a 10-8 round for Ishimoto at the bell. He takes the standing 8 count. We'll see the replay. doesn't panic about it, but that now becomes an Ishimoto round by 2 points, and 2 points are really important in this fight. Now watch this at the very end of the round, and you'll see, and he comes, oh no, he caught him right in the butt. Gino was right, and the hand went down, and once the hand goes down, nothing but the bottom of your feet can touch the canvas. Right on the button, his feet sort of separated on the logos that are in the corner over there because it's very wet in the corner. But Gino, right on top of it, called it perfectly, and that is a knockdown. And he calls him that, tried to walk away with the belt and get away with it. And meanwhile, Miguel Diaz has done a great job on the cut. So here we go. That's a huge swing in this fight with that 2 points. That means just to offset that, which the fight was fairly even, Vasquez Jr.'s got to win the last 2 rounds to keep it as even as I had it. This is going to be really interesting to see how they score this thing. I've got it 77-75 based on just that one punch is the difference on my score sheet in this fight. Now, I could be off a little bit because there were so many close rounds. That's why I see it anyway. Listen to the reaction of the primarily Asian and primarily Chinese crowd, which I'm thrilled to hear because this is really good for the boxing program in China, the professional boxing program. They've already arrived in the Olympics in the smaller weights. Now all they got to do is find some big men. Very frustrating for Vasquez Jr. to get knocked down, even though it wasn't a big knockdown, and the right foot might have slipped from behind him when he got hit, but he got hit and he went down. So Gino Rodriguez certainly, as the replay showed, made the right call. Vasquez kind of grabs him like he would a cat rodeo. Crowd reaction you hear. Ishimoto outboxing him in this round, and the crowd loves it. Vasquez has got to do something dramatic to turn this thing around as he gets clubbed with a right-hand shot by Ishimoto. Ishimoto in close. Boy, how about the conditioning of these two guys? We're in the 9th round, and they haven't stopped throwing punches this entire fight. Ishimoto comes forward. Vasquez gets off first. Decent right hand. These are serious shots by Ishimoto. Ishimoto is one of the toughest guys that I've seen in a while fighting against a world-class fighter like Vasquez. Vasquez chops him with the right hand. This Ishimoto has absolutely no fear of the former world champion and the reigning WBO International Super Bantamweight champion. For how long, we don't know. But there's been a lot of close rounds in this fight that might offset the 2 points that I have in favor of Ishimoto. Solid right hands again. 22 seconds ago, you got to give this round to Ishimoto. Vasquez hasn't done a lot. When they say that, he gets off a right hand, but it's not a punishing right hand. Closing seconds now of the 9th round. Nice left hook by Ishimoto again. Now that's a definite, in my book, an Ishimoto round. Now he got him winning by 3 points. So how about this? Vasquez Jr. has got himself in a position where he's easily winning the 8th round, and it's a 3-point swing because with a knockdown, instead of winning at 10-9, he loses at 10-8. So a 3-point swing may cost him this fight.
Two more rounds.
87-84 on my score sheet going to the 10th round. There have been so many close rounds, it's impossible to know if I'm accurate or not. Because the official judges, I'll mention again, Levi Martinez from the USA, New Mexico, Robert Hoyer from Las Vegas, Nevada in the USA, and Salvan Lagumbay from the Philippines. Championship time. If Vasquez wants to win this fight, he better knock this guy out to make it definitive. Ishimoto wants to be sure a lot of those close rounds that I thought he won, that the judge may have seen in favor of Vasquez, he could use another knockdown himself. So both fighters, and they have been non-stop like this since the start. Nobody really showing tremendous amount of fatigue. They just haven't slowed down. They're in great shape. Ishimoto's a tough guy. Remember, Vasquez Jr.'s only lost to world champions. He lost to Jorge Arce, that is, and Anito Donaire, who we'll see next week against Guillermo Rigondeaux. Coming to you from the other side of the world. And New York City, Radio City Music Hall. This is the 10th and final round. A minute gone. Very close in this 10th round. Both guys sort of need a knockdown, especially Vasquez. He needs one desperately if my scoring is 100% accurate.
Pick it up. Step back, step back, step back.
Vasquez Jr. trying to line this guy up with a haymaker, try to drop him. He get cut, you know, did Ishimoto back in the 8th round, and Miguel Diaz, I said, the most important guy in this arena right now is Miguel Diaz, and he certainly was. You don't see hardly any blood coming from this guy's eye. It was a pretty good gash. His face was a mess. Heads must have come together that time. And Ishimoto not buying it. He attacks. And that's what you should do. Remember Victor Ortiz was going around congratulating and saying he was sorry against Mayweather. He's going to be ready to fight. Uppercut. Good shot by Ishimoto. Vasquez is running out of time here. If in fact he is behind in the fight, which I believe he is. That key round back in the 8th round where you had a 3-point turnaround could be the difference in this fight. If it's as close as I think it is. The difference between Vasquez, who was having a terrific round, should have won it 10-9, and in the last seconds, I mean, tying him almost to left. There's only a second left. He gets dropped. And there was no question about the fact he got dropped. He walked into a right hand. And all of a sudden, it cost him 3 points. We're just about out of time here now. And Ishimoto, I think, won that round. So I get Ishimoto winning the fight. We'll have to wait and see with the judges. Too close to call for me. It looks to me like Ishimoto has won this thing and won the title. You hear the crowd, the reaction. They think he's won it. I eventually scored at 97-93. A couple of factors. The cut that this man Miguel Diaz is working on right now and keeping it closed because it's in the eyelid. One of the best cut men ever. And Vasquez, who just couldn't seem to deal with this guy's aggressiveness. Ishimoto, the book on him was exactly right, a master boxer. You see him here in the final round of the fight, just doing what he did throughout the course of the fight. And when he couldn't do any more on the inside, he knew what to do. And Vasquez complaining, but he was out of time at that stage. He should have been throwing haymakers. Of course, he may not realize how close this fight would have been with no knockdown. So it's been an exciting night. Before the the big fights of the evening, the WBO super featherweight title between Diego Magdaleno and Roman Rocky Martinez, and then the WBO WBA World Flyweight title between Estrada of Mexico and Valoria of the Philippines, and then of course the unveiling of Zhou Shiming. All right, let's get the official results. Here's Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 10 rounds, The scores read as follows. Damas y caballeros, después de completar los 10 asaltos, esta es la decisión oficial. Judge 1 scores it 95-95, a draw. El juez número 1 anotó 95-95, un empate. Judge 2, 96-93. El juez número 2, 96-93. El juez número 3, 95-94. Judge number 3, 95-94. In favor of the winner, by way of majority decision, a favor del ganador, por decisión mayoritaria, and new WBO International Super Bantamweight Champion, Yasutaka Ishimoto.
Well, the second judge, Robert Hoyle, had it closer to the way I had it. He had it 96-93. I even had it a point further, 97-93. But all those close rounds show, because Libe Martinez had it a draw at 95, and Selvin Lagumbai had it 1 point, 95-94, in spite of the knockdown. So a lot of the close rounds, because of the heavier blows by Vasquez, they gave to Vasquez. So, in my opinion, the right guy got it. Ishimoto is really going in round number 1, where you got an idea it was going to be a war. Then in 3, you see the heavy blows being landed by, at this stage, by Vasquez Jr. And this is how he stayed in the fight, because obviously the real close rounds he was getting the edge on in the heavier blows. But then all of a sudden Ishimoto turned things around, and as it worked out, by the time he got cut in the 8th round, and then you see here in round 7, he's getting back into this fight as he's landing heavier blows now than Wilfredo. Wilfredo comes back and lands a decent shot, but he's cut him now. This is the key round of the fight, the 8th round, where right at the end, a half slip, but no question, the knockdown, and that was the difference in the fight as it worked out. That was a 3-point swing in favor of Ishimoto. And that gave him the fight, because he went on to win the 9th and 10th rounds fairly convincingly. So the knockdown in the 8th round was the difference in the fight, and Yasutaka Ishimoto is the new WBO International Super Bantamweight Champion at 122 pounds. And the people here in Asia, specifically at the Cotai Arena at the Venetian in Macau, China, are thrilled as his record moves to 22-6. Wonderful victory for this young fella. Well, the big fights are coming up. You got to switch over in the United States to HBO 2. As you see, Tim Ryan, Larry Merchant, and George Foreman call the 2 world title fights. And the streaming is just about complete here. I'm glad that you can be with me. Stay tuned now in the United States on HBO 2 for the Fist of Gold show featuring Zhou Shiming. You've been watching TopRank.com live, streaming around the world. I'm Colonel Bob Sheridan. We'll see you next week with the big fight from New York City. Good night, everybody.